What's going on, everybody? This your boy Richie Rich, back at you with the first show of the new year. And I got a special guest on today with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her introduce herself to the chat. I hope everybody had a great holiday. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, introduce yourself to the people. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You kind of stumbled a little bit, but yes, I had a great holiday. I spent my holidays with the kids. So I had a great holiday. Not what I'm used to, but it was welcome. It was welcoming.
Okay, okay. So tell everybody about your channel and who you are. Who you are. Tell some people may not know who you are. So hopefully they did watch the marathon, but
Okay, well, for those that didn't, okay. Well, you all, my name is Marie, and I am the creator of Life in Haiti channel. And please check out Life in Haiti when you get a chance. And if you enjoy the content and the work which is being done through Life in Haiti, please become a new subscriber. One of the reason why I decided to start Life in Haiti was because I was recently deported back into my country, which is June the 4th on 2019, and it was devastating. It was a devastating experience. Something that I just knew I wasn't going to make it through, but I did. Anyways, if you go and look at some of the videos, you get a little bit more of that story. Well, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, what God wanted me to do upon arrival in Haiti, which was to be a voice for the people. For those that are familiar with Haiti, and if you not familiar with Haiti, Haiti is a pretty suffering small island. So I decided I would start life in Haiti with the help of my brother Philly Dom and many others in the background who kept me encouraged to do basically to show the good, the bad, and the ugly of Haiti. And I'm an open book. I'm here. Thank you all so much for having me.
hey, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you coming on. So basically, your channel is about life in Haiti and right now I know you're doing a lot of charity work out there. Can you tell the people some things that you're doing
Hmm.
as of now? I know you say you had a new project you was working on. What's that all
Actually,
about?
I have one big project that is my goal. I have several projects. As in January, I will start English teaching class for kids under the age of 14, and that will happen Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to teach children English, because English is an asset. If you know English, you can basically survive. And whether they ever travel or not, knowing English, even if it's bare minimum, then they'll be able to get a better job in Haiti. One of my next projects is I have people that are reaching out to me in the Cité Soleil area, and those people have been waiting for a minute. And what they are asking me for is to bring in purified water in that community. Another organization recently donated water, period, water that they can use for cooking and bathing daily needs, yet they are drinking that water, and that water has been, making them sick because it's not clean water. They
Hmm.
have somewhat of a building which is already started. Took me through a whole tour of it, and of course, the story is an awesome story. It's a major need. It's life bare necessities. So what I've been doing is just basically praying about it, because it will be a pretty big project, you know, bringing in that water, and not only just bringing it in, keeping it there and keeping it going. And right now, I have a project where a lady approached me with one of my viewers who was here. Couldn't get a chance to really speak to her. So on New Year's Eve, on New Year's Day, I was in that area and decided, you know, hey, and who was there? She was there. So I would go and do, you know, go speak to her. And one of the main things I like to do, but I really don't, okay, in projects is to expose certain living environments, especially when I am not able to fix it. Because the fact is, the need in Haiti is big. But the way, I don't, I'm not sure if you've checked out the latest video, but the way this lady was and was looking, the way her children was looking, you know, my whole heart went out to her. And there was not a question, there was a need. Anyway, so we go there, and what she was approaching me about is sponsoring her two kids and get, can I put them in school? And I just go there to go and take a look at how she's living, because, you know, I just have to be careful too. And it turned out to be a project, you know.
Uh-oh. Hey, she had some internet interruptions just now. Hopefully she could connect back. Is her screen clear? Her screen is clear when she was on hit 1. If not, hit 5. Because I thought it was kind of glitchy a little bit. I thought it was mine, so I ended up taking all the other little browsers down I had up. Try to make sure the internet was right. All right, this shit.
My brother,
Okay.
please excuse my internet too in Haiti, because that is one of the issues that we have is bad internet connection. So I got somebody kind of roaming around the house with it, but just keep it charged for me so it doesn't go dead. Maybe put it in the front. Thank you, cause and you know, to not lose track of what I was saying, which is the latest video, first upload of the year, and you know, my goal is to help people exactly like that. People who genuinely have a need, people who I don't, they really didn't have to ask to see that there's need there. There's a need.
Uh-oh, you kind
Can
of,
you hear me?
yeah. I thought you had cut out for a second. Yeah, I
No.
seen some of that last video, and you're supposed to be working with her in her house too, right? Are you supposed to be
Well,
making like,
one of the things about Haiti, and excuse me, my brother, I apologize. I'm listening.
oh no, it was so it got to be a little delay in there. I said one of the things you were supposed to be helping her with, building her a bathroom in the house or something like that.
Actually, that was one of my projects for an elders
Okay, that
project.
was in
So
November. My fault, my fault.
basically, I just try and spread myself, okay? And we've completed several projects, way more than what I could have imagined that God would do through Life in Haiti, okay? And that project you are talking about was for an elder lady who had health issues. She's in a community, the whole community, you all, none had a modernized restroom. Everyone is using the restroom outside. When you go into this area, the smell itself lets you know that the area is contaminated.
Damn.
And that is one of the ladies that Life in Haiti has blessed, that I can tell you now, if I flip my WhatsApp, I have a message from her, the most grateful person ever, that I think Life in Haiti has done something for. Every day she's calling, praying. But her project was also a great project, and it offered, what we did was basically reconstruct part of her house, pulled a restroom, dug a sewage line, and put a restroom where she actually have access to it from her room without. She lives in one of the worst areas where gangs are constantly fighting with each other. In order for me to enter that area, I had to encounter gangs and explain myself, like boys
Oh,
with
really?
a gun. Yes. And at first I was just like telling her, hey, I won't come back here because that is the last thing I need my team and I to endure, especially with the work I'm doing. And, she was devastated by that, quickly went back, spoke to them. And I'll tell you what, they became my security once they knew what I was there to do. So the whole thing about our people, you all, is that there's been so much mistreatment, so much misuse of the people, that there's trust issues on all ends, okay, whether they're good or bad. And I'm not condoning the bad, but once they got to know exactly what I was doing by my actions, within 2 days they stood with my team and I. They were right there. Nobody can mess with me. And until today, if they see my truck pull up, they're like right there to be my security. So people in Haiti just need to be loved. That's it.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's kind of rewind from the beginning. How did you end up in Haiti, and I'm guessing you're originally from Haiti, right?
Yes, I was born in Haiti. Yes, I was born in Haiti. And I ended up, I left Haiti early childhood, 7, 8, early, before the age of 10. And, I was pretty much a sheltered girl, you could say, with the strict Haitian parents who was constantly telling me good things. Now that at 37, I sit in front of the screen, I can say that, don't hang with that person, don't do this, don't do that. And the honest truth is, I end up finding myself around all the wrong types of people. And it became a battle of good and bad for me because I would work, I would do the right thing, I would do this, do that, but I still kept the company of the wrong people. So one of the message I want to send is bad company corrupts good character. So that is, a major lesson I learned. A friend and I ended up, one of my close friends actually growing up, who my mom and dad absolutely did not like. Um, she had just recently gotten out of prison herself and she was trying to come up and asked me, hey, let's go hit a lick. Make a long story short, nobody was hurt. We didn't pinch nobody, didn't shoot nobody, any of that. Texas prison is very hard. My first time in prison, okay? And I was sentenced to a 15-year sentence in Texas prison. And with the way the court sentenced me, it was aggravated. I had to do 7.5 years flat, day for day, before I was even eligible for parole to ask how you doing, or to even bother to look at my file. Oh, my sister, hello, y'all. Stallion, thank you all so much for coming over and showing some love. Thank you, all my peoples. Please, you all, make sure you all subscribe to Roll the Tape. Let's show some love and support. I
Right,
love
right.
my people. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, Stallion, for the donation. Shout out to Arlene in the building. Uh, okay, so you end up committing crime. You got convicted,
Mhm.
and
And
you
I
got
was
15
charged. I'll
years.
tell you, we hmm
You got 15 years for that. And did
for robbery. Yes, for
you
robbery.
you pled guilty, or you had to go to trial and all that, or
Well, this will be a different interview because I have actually never spoke on this on every channel I've been through. So I guess this is 221 new things. But while I was going through the courts, I was offered 60 years.
Mm.
So of course, when my lawyer came back and told me that, and having mom and dad out front, and calling them, telling them that, it was devastating. So I fought and I fought and I fought. And, I stayed in there, and then I went back and they said, well, we'll make a deal with you. We'll give you 45. And I'm like, my dad is really like, I know my daughter did something, but y'all act like I have the worst criminal in this. This is my first child, and of course to him, I'm the baby that he raised all by himself from Haiti, yada yada yada. So he's like, over my dead body, my daughter's not going to prison that many years in America. No, we're gonna fight to the end. I did not have a bond then because of my immigration. But with fighting and my parents being U.S. citizen anyways, my lawyer ended up getting a bond. I got out on bond for $100,000. And I did 7 months out fighting it.
Uh-oh. All right, she froze up again, y'all.
Uh, I, I'm sorry, my brother. A call came in. I'm so
Oh, oh,
sorry.
all
A
right.
call came in. Let me let some people know that I am live so that they'll know where I'm at. Well,
Okay.
anyways, my dad would not allow that, okay? And when I got out on bond, I went back and forth to court, fought. And when it was time for me to go to trial, my attorney was more afraid because from the beginning I had shared and told my parents the truth. And because of what my mom and dad knew, they would not allow me to go to trial in Texas, especially when the prosecutor was telling us that if I went to trial, I was facing a 5 to 99 year sentence, possible life. And if I took it to trial and the prosecutor asked for that 60 years that I didn't want to take, the jury most likely in Texas would grant him that. And I ended up pleading out. I pled out for the lowest time that I could. Thinking back now, it was possibly one of the worst days of my life, but
Yeah.
I made it through that. So time flies, no matter what we're going through today, it doesn't define us tomorrow.
Right, right. So you end up pleading for the 15. So how was that time in prison? Was it real rough as people say, or what? How did you feel at that time? I mean, I know you had to feel bad, but I mean, how did you deal with life in prison for that long?
Well, my brother, um, when I first went into prison, God, I haven't talked about this, okay? So this is
Oh,
taking
okay.
me a different route.
Oh well,
But when I first
first
went
on
to
here.
prison, I was I was bitter. I was hurt, mainly because I was raised by awesome parents. Parents that gave their all for me. And I knew I had disappointed them in many ways because the Haitian community, they don't change wherever they're at. We have something in our community that you just have to be perfect. And I was dealing with the on the inside I was alone, but I was dealing with the outside news of the church taunting my parents and the loneliness, the this, the that. So I responded. I was angry. I had a attitude all the time. I was mad at the world when I was really upset with myself. And but I never really lost myself in prison because I had a goal. And that is the problem with a lot of people. I think the minute I stepped foot in prison, I knew that I would not do friends again. I knew
Oh,
where I went wrong,
yeah.
So even though I was getting in trouble, doing small stuff, out of place, uh, a fight here and there, I knew in the back of my mind, in some way too, God was walking with me because I had people I had people that was praying for me, and it was difficult. I'm sorry, you all, about the internet. Spending that much time
Hey,
in prison is
Maria,
different. You got to learn to live with different people. It's different.
can you hear me? If you can, just turn your camera off and just use the audio, and then that'll probably help speed it up a little bit.
Okay.
If you got a picture on there, I don't know if you got a picture. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully that'll work a little better. Cause sometimes
Okay.
when you take the
No, that's
video off,
good.
yeah. So go ahead, we listen.
Okay. So, life in prison, it was not a easy life, it's a rough life. You got to be tough in there, especially in Texas prison. I had to live on maximum security units and live with other women that had committed horrible crimes, live with girls that killed their parents, killed their kids, and it was just, and this was your bunkie or either your roommate, so you always constantly had to make the best of it. So it wasn't all fun in prison. It wasn't all fun.
All right. So when you was in there, was you thinking about what you gonna do when you get out? Was this a plan for you to start all this good work for the Haitian people? Or what was you thinking when you got it? You was thinking you was going back to US, or you knew you was getting deported?
Um, First, yeah, my number one thought in prison, and when I really, really decided to start, I'll tell you what, I remember the day I started changing, which was August the 6th, 2009. We didn't have phones in prison, and we were able to use the blue phones that day. And the first day it was up and running, my parents had already registered so that I can call. And when I called home that day and actually got to hear everybody and hear real life, it was a vision so far away. But the pain that I heard, I realized then that I was not in this by myself. I had people who missed me. I had people who were praying for me, and they wanted the best for me, and they still thought the best of me, because one of the things about Texas prison is very racist. And the racism is even bad towards black men, but it is not easy being a black woman either, around a lot of other white women, where the mass amount sides with them. So when I spoke to them on that day, I knew I had gained wings. I knew that I needed to give my life to God. I needed to start praying more. No matter what I was doing, I needed to make a conscious decision. And that conscious decision for me then, and I even wrote this in my diary because I diaried throughout my sentence: God, do not let me out the same woman which walked in. So I started working towards that in prison. I stopped getting in trouble. I got a good job. I worked as the beautician in the warden building. From there, the warden also offered me a job working as a teacher's aide. And I imagine here I am, Haitian, and I'm helping other Americans get their GED. So I started walking that walk before I even walked out of prison. My goal upon release was to have a nonprofit organization which is dedicated to women and men in prison. I knew when I walked out of prison, I always needed some type of attachment to those people because the thing about those people is we shun them, but one day, eventually, they'll be back into the community. And a lot of people who offend and reoffend is a lot of time is lack of love, lack of support, lack of assistance. And it was what helped me was a lot of the people coming into the prison, the volunteers always encouraging me. So I wanted to be a volunteer, you know, outside of working, paying bills, doing daily life. I wanted to dedicate my life to helping women and men, letting them know, hey, if God did it for me, He delivered me out of this, He will do it for you. Just don't give up. Start doing what you have to do now. But all in the same process, those plans changed when I went to see parole, and parole called me right back. And I'm wondering, what did I do wrong? Because remind you, it's my fifth time seeing parole. So I got my last hope on them releasing me, because if they didn't release me that last time, I was basically doing my whole 15 years. But when I returned, it was immigration. And what was immigration saying? They had put a hold on me.
Mm.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Cause! Soti sou internet la pou mka fè interview sa cause paske mpa kompwen bagay sa men.
What kind of dog is that, Maria? That dog pretty famous. He on most of your lives.
Oh, are y'all still here?
Yeah, I'm
Hello?
here. Yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
Yes. You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Maria.
Are you still here?
Yes.
Oh, I apologize because on my screen it went blank and I'm like, God, yes. On my screen it went blank and I'm thinking, yes, did my connection break or I've always been there?
You been there? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, you can't hear me? Yo, you got me on mute or what?
Okay. Yes, now I can hear you. So I'm not sure
You on mute? You muted me already?
where I stopped in the story, okay? But it was in prison I started changing, my brother. Yes, I can hear you.
Uh-oh. We're having some technical difficulties here, y'all. Man, shout out to Mattress Time. Shout out to Arlene for coming in the building. Shout out to Miss Felicia. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful New Year's, you know. Shout out to Dog Team Productions. He says, RR, you the man, and New Year's special is one for the books, and this story is great. Yeah, I know some of y'all heard of Maria, some of y'all haven't, but gonna put her channel in the chat. Let me grab the link from her channel and go ahead and put that in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to her. She's been on a few other YouTubers' channel. It's her first time coming on my channel, and I know she probably kind of tired of telling her story, but from going from where she was to where she at, it's a phenomenal story. I mean, it's amazing that a person can spend that much time and then come out a very positive person, you know. And her channel is really, 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 really positive. She could have easily been like, I ain't doing nothing.
Am I back?
Yeah, you back. I'm just over here telling everybody about your channel, and I put the link in there. Some of the guys are subscribed and some aren't. So if you subscribe to her channel, make sure you put subscribe in the chat. Let me shout everybody out because this is an amazing story. And also, To anybody that want to donate to her channel for the cause, her Cash App is right here underneath mine. So y'all can hit her on the Cash App or whatever, you know. But yeah, you back. We can hear you.
Okay. I'm not sure where we stopped at, but to sum that part, that chapter, it was in prison, my brother. I knew I wanted to do something different. I
Right.
knew that I was not coming out the same person. But, anyways, I really, really knew I was not going to work with other offenders like myself when parole gave me a hold, and it was for immigration. And immigration is worse than IRS, okay? Once they after you, it's difficult to get them off your back. So I kind of already had came face to face that I will be back in Haiti.
Okay. All right. So when you got out, so was it like a culture shock? I know the story, but I just want to make sure my people, you know what I'm saying? And I know you told the story a few times on different channels,
A
but
culture
my people,
shock,
you
man,
know,
my
my
brother.
people. Go ahead.
Culture shock, you all, was not it. I mean, literally, when I on the drive home, I blacked out.
Oh, really?
Um, I don't remember even taking the ride from the airport. This story is just different, and I hear a lot of stories, you all, and every story is unique. But the thing with me is, I was coming into Haiti, I knew nobody. I still had extended family. Matter of fact, my biological mother, whom gave me to my father since I was a baby, way before I left Haiti. I had no relationship with her, had not met her. She was coming to pick me up. And one of that it always breaks my heart to say this, I didn't even know how she looked. I was
Woo.
overwhelmed, okay? Because from being in prison that long, it overwhelms you even being around a lot of people. And you come into Haiti, you get thrown into the mass and you feel lost, you know? And when I finally found my peoples, um, that day it was a stressful day. You know, everyone was happy to see me, but I felt like I was transferred to another unit and it was trash everywhere. Um, even where they put us, we didn't have a clean restroom. It was like I lived, a part of me wanted to jump back in the plane and tell them, y'all can leave me in prison, because what I
Whoa.
was looking at in front of me was I lived better in prison than I'm going to, you know, from what I was seeing in front of me, you know.
Airport asks, did you have any money when you get out of prison? Did they give you some type of
No, no service package.
it's crazy.
No one,
I
not
think
one person on our bus received it. Now, what some of my friends did and family was sent me some money at immigration. Now they don't have a choice but to thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank you. They didn't have a choice but to send us to Haiti with that, and they gave it to us in cash money. But other than that, when we arrived in Haiti, nobody offered us a pant, a bra, nothing. They
mm,
just dropped us off in Haiti.
dang. So
Mhm.
luckily you did have your peoples there though, right? Because they kind of took you in, or how that situation worked.
Yes, they did. My biological mother did take me in, and you know it was my choice. And of course, I don't. This is my mom, and looking at her, and I'm trying to see myself in her, but I didn't know her. And from the culture shock of me being raised in the States and Yeah, when I got here, you all, I went into a very bad situation. I'm thinking the ride at the airport, I couldn't stand it. But when I made it to my destination and saw the abject poverty in which my biological mother lived in, I'm telling you, I know I didn't eat. I probably slept for like 72 hours.
Damn.
Coming to grips with the reality of what my life had came to. And I remember like maybe on the second day, I was laying down and I do self-talk, so I'm a little crazy. And I'm looking around and I'm saying, girl, you better get up. I don't give a damn what you going through. This can't break you. You gonna make a difference. And slowly but surely, I was like a baby, went from, scooting to crawling, and I finally started standing up. I don't think I knew my biological sister name till I had been there 5 days.
Oh man.
It's just how, yeah, it was difficult on me. But what I did into that, I have a best friend of mine who's been there with me, Stacy. She's Jamaican. And, of course, they're all calling me constantly on my little sister phone because I had no phone. And I was sharing with her about what the situation was, the condition. She did a video. She knew instantly that the the condition was horrible. So she says, "Friend, I don't have much right now, but what I can do is I'll start teaching you some technology." She made me a Facebook page. From there, she says, "We'll do a GoFundMe, friend, see if we can fix the house, because the house was so bad that if it rained, everyone got wet. You were scrambling around trying to salvage what you can from getting wet." And she did. I love her so much too. She did that. My little sister, that's my blood. She knows I love her. Everybody put their heads together, and what bit that my biological mother have, has been really from the beginning work of Life in Haiti, me being selfless. And I knew then, I knew exactly that God wanted me to work with people. I fell in love with the kids. Not only did I fall in love with them, they fell in love with me triple times. They just stay on me. And I knew in my heart, when I started asking questions, days of, when do you go to school? I don't go to school. I can't afford. So I'm like, okay. And then the country got into a civil war. Children who are already behind in school could not go to school. They're already behind in a system that's not even in a race. When I say not in a race, and I love my country with all due respect, and there are great schools in Haiti, yet they are not equal, and it's not an opportunity that every child have. That it's only for the privileged. You have children who are very intelligent children, yet they do not have the same ability and privilege as other children. And now they're at war. Okay, so mom and dad already can't pay for school, but whatever they hustled up to pay, now they can't go to school. They're in a school that's already teaching from 1960 and it's 2020. So I knew then, I said, whatever I did, I wanted to do something about showing my life, telling my story, but the benefits of that would be to them, to put them in school and to invest in them and let them know somebody really, really care about them, and just build a relationship with the community, a relationship where they know somebody really, really cares and somebody really want to see a difference in our condition.
Right. Okay. You
Are you
got a few,
still here?
yeah, I'm listening and enjoying the story. You have a few questions in there. One from Kenny McDonald. He says, "Did you learn to speak Haitian, or you already knew that?"
Actually, having Haitian parents, you never really not speak Creole. Because my mom and dad, you can be speaking to them in English and they'll never answer you in English, okay? And their answer is always in Creole. So that goes even for my siblings who were not born in Haiti. They can't speak it fluently, but they know how to understand what you're saying if you speak to them in Creole. So I thought I still spoke Creole until I got to Haiti. I'm telling you, when I got here, they all knew I didn't speak Creole.
Uh,
and,
whole nother level, huh?
but yeah, it was on a whole nother level. And slowly but surely, you are. I'm like a sponge. I'm a survivor by nature. You can put me anywhere. You are. I'm gonna make the best of it. So in order to keep myself going, to not worry my parents, to not worry my children, which I got out of prison, they're waiting on me, and I'm in Haiti, in a country where they read about it, they're going to bed crying. I had to start adjusting instead of worrying my family and friends and close people that are in my life all the time, and them encouraging me, sharing ideas, do this, do that. That encouraged me to also adjust to my environment, to my present. So I made it an effort to speak less, because the more you speak and they see you don't know the language, you're not from around here, they're gonna take advantage of you. I promise you. But slowly but surely, with what I already knew, and when I didn't understand, when I had a question, and still to today, there are words I don't know how to say in my language. I'm always humble. It does not bother me to ask, hey, how do you, this is how you say it in English, how do you say it in Creole? So that's how I learned. That's how I learned, and I am still learning. I'm still learning.
Shout out to Prince Diamond.
Thank you,
So,
Prince Diamond. God bless you. Thank you.
for those that don't know, her Cash App is on the screen under RBS AutoWorks. Hers is Danny0529. Danny0529. That's her Cash App. If you want to donate to her channel or her cause, then that's the Cash App right there. I appreciate y'all coming in here donating this stuff. Um, so yeah, I
I
have a few.
thank you all too. Thank you all for your generosity. Thank you for not being judgmental. I honestly cannot do what I do without great people like you all.
Right, right, and I'll definitely be sending a donation over myself. You know, like I said,
Oh,
I've
thank
been
you, my
watching your
brother.
channel, and you've been doing great work out here. I know it's a lot of people on YouTube that they think they're doing a good job, but when I see your channel and the work you do, I know it comes from the heart. You know what I'm saying? But
Thank you.
yeah. So I have a few questions I want to ask you.
Shoot it.
You had did a video with Philly Dawn. Shout out to Philly Dawn. Shout out to
Shout
Fit
out.
Travel in the building. You did a video one time about another lady that got deported. I think you had met her when you
Hmm.
was like walking down the street. You know what
Yes,
I'm
Miss.
talking about?
No, I actually, I just told you a lot about my life. Friends, is what got me in trouble.
Oh,
So, and I say this to say that I am one that welcome, people, but I don't know her. And Haiti is a country where you have to be very, very careful. Because keep in mind, for a minute, I was in Haiti somewhat by myself.
right,
So, and here I go meeting Philly, his cousins, brother loved him, and we became a team. And I was the only woman around all those guys. So I didn't make friends. Philly and I were just walking down the street and she heard English, which by right, when I hear English, I tune in. That's what I'm familiar with.
right,
So I have not seen her. Right after that interview, I did run into her at a Western Union. Um, and she seems to be a very, very sweet lady. Yeah, I have not had any contact with her. I do remember her telling me what street she live on, and a lot of people ask about her. So I don't know. Maybe when we get gas again, I will go because she's so talkative. She's not private like me.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure you pull up on her street and ask for Jocelyn. That whole street knows Jocelyn because she's just a bright person. But I have not checked on her, and I would be lying if I told you, my brother, I know how she's doing.
Right. Okay. If y'all want to see that video, make sure y'all check it out. It was a really interesting video. She seemed like a real interesting person. That's why I kind of asked about it.
Yeah,
You know,
I will. I mean, for you, my brother. And the thing about it is, it she is she was actually because she blew that video up. Okay, no one, people was worried about me, but majority of my comments came from Jocelyn. She had blew that video, but everybody is kind of trying to find their way. And I'm not going to like conceal the fact that I'm always trying to encourage my team as far as, doing the right thing, doing this, doing that, doing that. And I don't judge anyone. But one of the things I know I don't ever want to do again, my brother, is find myself on the wrong side of anything, especially in Haiti. It takes my family to travel into Haiti to really come and get me out of some stuff. So unless I just really, really get to know a person, and that would be from living close around them, I'm pretty much kind of always somewhat evasive, with pulling in,
right.
And she wanted to do another interview, so I don't know. I pray about it,
Hey,
and if I
I
get
think
her, I will contact you. I'll do it for you and contact you so that maybe you could bring her on the show.
oh yeah, that'll be cool too. Yeah. She seemed like a real cool person
Find out
though.
how she's
I get it.
adjusting,
I
cause
get it
she.
though. I get it, Maria. I get it. Do you think you ever will be able to trust people again? Like, I mean, because it seems like a
Well,
disconnect right there. Like, like
I do, but I don't know. I think anything which reflects my old lifestyle. That's the thing. Like if I see really a speck of it, and I have to protect myself, my brother, because one reason why I'm like that, once I become close to somebody, then you like my sister, you like my brother. I'm always wanting to be there, and you don't want to be misused in Haiti because, for the most part, a lot of people in Haiti, they I want a friend. Sometimes I want to go out to dinner. I want to do normal things that I'm used to doing, but then I don't want to be taken advantage of either because of my heart or anything. Period. That's one reason why. But I mean, I don't not trust people because it's weird that you say that because I genuinely love a lot of people. I love everybody. I don't have one enemy in Haiti that I consciously say that these people are my enemy, but I'm just private just to make sure that I don't have the same thing happen again, my brother. You got to learn from the past.
right. I understand. Yeah, I got two
Hmm.
boys, and I preach to them all the time. That peer pressure. Don't let that peer pressure get to you, though. So I get it. You gotta have your dukes up. You know what I mean? So you recently did a video about why is it so expensive in Haiti? And that's a common question that comes up. Like, why is it so expensive over there? Why is it? So can you kind of go over that a little bit? That's another video on her channel, y'all. So
Well, if you ask me, living in Haiti, being raised outside of Haiti so I can peep in and I can peep out. Number one way is a way of enslavement. It's a way to keep people enslaved. It is a way to keep the mass amount of people in their position, in their lane. You can't afford this. You don't belong here. You can't do this. You don't belong in that crowd. Because a lot of the stuff that they selling for top dollars is stuff that in the States you can buy at a 99-cent store or at a Walmart. This is nothing. They sell it on Hollywood Street, LA, or you traveling out to Paris and you know you just don't belong in that lane. This is a small 99-cent stuff to, and they put high value to it. I
Yeah.
think, but on the flip side, outside of just by the people, I believe import export, and I stand to be corrected on this for the people who are listening. I don't believe Haiti make a lot of their own. We everything we're bringing it in. I had a chance to speak to different people who are business owners. And when you are in business, number one reason why you get into business is for profit. So a lot of business owners encounter where problems to where even if they wanted to sell the stuff cheap, they would lose. And that's not, people don't go in business like that because Haiti doesn't make anything. They have to bring it in from Canada. They have to bring it from Brazil, Panama, DR, US. And you got customs sitting there clearly monopolizing their position in this country. If I have Haitians who's familiar with that. So you go and buy the stuff maybe for $20,000 and you may be paying $10,000 to get it out of custom. All
Damn.
of that, yeah, all of that is money you have to find a way to bring back in. So I think it really varies as far as why it's so expensive. One thing I just knew, I was coming to Haiti to just eat all my good Haitian food. I was like, yeah, I get to eat good griot and stuff like that. Because one thing I've always loved is our food. But Haiti is just so expensive. Sometimes I'm asking, how are they expecting for the norm, for the majority, for this 60%, for this 35% that lives below poverty? How do you all expect for them to survive? That's why the crime rate is so high in Haiti. When you talk to a person that's a realist like myself, one thing you got to keep in mind, man, dog, woman, or cat, people are going to want to eat. Men and women are going to try to feed their family, and they may not be bad people, but they can turn bad when they are in a bad situation and feel forgotten. And I mean, just to put this in, you have 1%, and I respect everybody in their category. So I'm not speaking bad about any category
Right.
because people deserve to be wealthy when they work hard for it. But you have 1% of Haitians that owns about 40% of Haiti.
Damn. Yeah. Crazy right there.
That's how that's how 10 families. You hear me, my brother? That controls.
Right. So D Hick had a question. He wanted to know, have you seen your kids since you've been over there, and are you able to travel to Dominican Republic and other countries?
I am able to travel, my brother, and I am in the process of trying to do that. I'm working to get my passport. That's another story. Everything is pretty much difficult in Haiti. And now they're making it even more difficult. So, because of the stigma, which is and no, I have not seen my babies yet since I've been in Haiti. Hopefully, I get to see them this year if God say the same. Um, One of
We
the
letting them
stigmas,
come over there and see you, or what?
yes, they'll come to Haiti.
Okay.
One of the stigmas that it's a major stigma that is attached to deportees. It runs from the lowest class of Haiti to the highest class into the government and everything. And I'm not saying that there's not a reason why deportees shouldn't hold this jacket, because there's two sides to every story. But when you are deported into Haiti, it's like when you go in somewhere. Now, I never committed a crime in Haiti.
Right.
I paid for my time in the States and I am released from prison. That still, living in America, that means nothing. You got a jacket. But you come to Haiti, everywhere you go, they use that against you. So now they're making it even more difficult for you to get a passport as a deportee. You got to go through so many different, you know, stages and this and that. And everyone, you speak Creole? No,
Hmm.
you don't
So,
speak Creole, right? You
oh
don't
no,
speak
no,
Creole.
no.
'Cause I was gonna say everything's under the table in Haiti, and there's a lot of fraud. You go to an office, and in front of that office, you got 50 people out there in suits that don't even work in the office, telling you they can do what the office worker is supposed to do. Now, yeah, and then you end up paying that person and they didn't do it right. It's just is so much. I'm telling you, my brother, I cannot tell you how much money I've paid to get my birth certificate, and I've yet to get a legal birth certificate now.
Wow, dang, that's messed up. So, are you able to go to the Dominican Republic now, or it's difficult to get over legally?
No, I I'm able to go. I was gonna say I'm able to go now, yet I won't be legal, and just because of that, that's why I have not, made an effort to go visit, because I want and need to be legal. So as of right now, no, I'm not able to, but I'm trusting God that 221. I met somebody who's an attorney that knows some people that know some people. So I am praying that God will work through them, okay, and they will open doors where I'll be able to travel soon.
That's good. That's good. So you are gonna document that on your channel, right? Of course, we're gonna be waiting on that.
Of course. I document almost everything, and some stuff I don't even share with my viewers because I try not to focus just solely on the bad of Haiti. And that is one of my goals for 221 with Life in Haiti, is to travel more and more around Haiti and show people the beauty of Haiti. Because it's so easy for me to sit here and tell you a lot of bad about Haiti. But let's keep in mind, Haiti have a strong history. Haiti is a beautiful country. I think 90% of our opinions of Haiti stems out of Port-au-Prince, a city which is meant for maybe about 2 million, that is packed with 10 million. I'm not saying it's facts, okay? But it is overcrowded. The crime rates are high. It's dusty. It's hot. It's overwhelming at times. But I started traveling because of my viewers, okay? They watch me and they come to Haiti and go hide in some beautiful beach, and like, Marie, I'm not leaving Haiti until I see you. And I'm like, I'm scared. And they like, what you scared for? And they get me out of my comfort zone. And I promise you, I love it. I thank Miss Manise for that. I thank my viewers that constantly, when they come, they call me, take me to different areas. So it is through a lot of my Haitian people that support Life in Haiti that I'm getting to know Haiti. So I plan on showing more and more of Haiti on Life in Haiti, the beautiful parts of Haiti that the news don't tell us about.
Right, right. So, how did you come to the point where you wanted to get on YouTube? Did somebody introduce you to that, or you just said, I want to get on YouTube?
Let me tell you, my brother, I knew nothing about YouTube, but what it was, I knew what I wanted to do. And Philly Dom ended up coming into Haiti. And I knew Philly Dom cousins, and
Oh,
they
okay.
knew what I was doing because I had them doing it with me. So, everybody was just basically encouraging me. Then I had another friend, from home telling me, do this, do that, go on YouTube, because what I was doing, I wasn't really getting anywhere with it through Facebook. So I had my fear because everyone was telling me don't do it because of the fact that people are going to not embrace my story because I am a deportee. And I think that's one of the reasons why I did it, because people were telling me what to do. And I
Right,
had just came out of a situation. For many years I was controlled. Someone was telling me when to eat, when to get up, lock down, when to sleep, and they didn't always give me good orders. So I went with God because I knew that in order for me to do what I wanted to do in Haiti, what made me happy, it was helping the people, and I couldn't do it by myself. I needed a team behind me. So
yeah.
when Philly Dom came to Haiti, and he ended up getting stuck in Haiti with us, with the pandemic, that was right up my alley, and everybody was pushing me, go talk to Philly, and I would never talk to him. And one day, they were like, if you don't talk to Philly, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do it. And when I went to talk to him, he's like, yeah, I'll support you. You know how he is in his mellow tone.
Right,
And
right, right.
I'm like, okay then. And he's like, just do a regular story. And I promise you, I sat in front of my little phone because I had no camera and any of that. I sat in front of this little LG and I made the video at least 25 times to my brother. I said, nobody's going to listen to me, this and that. And he's like, give it to me and we're uploading it. And that's how Life in Haiti got started.
All right, shout out to Philly Dom, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to his page too, man. Philly been on the show a few times. He's a genuine brother, man. He does some good work himself. So shout out to
Yeah.
him. So I'm not gonna hold you all day, but I do got a few questions. If you can give me the short.
Are you good? I'm due for live at 7
Oh,
for
you doing it
Life
live
in
at 7?
Haiti. Yes, myself. So we got about 15, 20 more minutes. Even 30 will be good if
Okay.
you are okay with that. And
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
if the audience is okay with that, y'all let us know.
Right, right, right. If you sub to her channel today, put sub in the chat. I just put her link back out. But like I said, I got a few questions I want to ask you. And so the first question gonna be, how do you actually survive out there? Are you working in Haiti, or how does one survive? If not yourself, like how do a person, the average Haitian, survive out there?
Oh, myself. Of course, I'm monetized, so I get a paycheck from YouTube that I look forward to every month. Um, One of the ways that I survive is really still through outside of my YouTube. I have friends and family that won't give up on me. I don't know why. Sometimes I tell them, I don't know why they ain't tired of me yet, but thank God. And for the most part, with the people in Haiti, how they survive, my brother, that is a question. Living in Haiti, I'm still asking myself, how are people surviving? But I realized when, especially with dealing with the innocence of Haiti, the children, they don't focus on this big grand stuff that we focus on. I have a daughter that's 14 and she wants an iPhone 12, and I be telling her, girl, one of these kids in here asked for, these kids don't even know that even came out, wanting Jordans. Girl, one of these kids asked one of their parents for that, they mess around and get beat to death. And that's, these people they don't see that type of money. Now, you do have the wealthy people in Haiti, so I don't speak for the mass of Haiti, but I speak for the struggling people of Haiti. A lot of them, they do commerce, which is like street vendor. They sell a lot of fresh produce. They garden, they grow their stuff by the season, whatever's in season. They sell fruits and vegetables. They sell rice. You see a lot of little storefronts. Liquor is a drug in Haiti, and I believe it's killing a lot of our people. But they say the Luga will kill them, the devil killed them. But you've been drinking every day, 50 times a day for the last 20 years, never been to the doctor. So a lot of people sell liquor. There's all sorts of businesses in Haiti. Now, keep in mind how a lot of Haitians function is from those that have left Haiti and traveled abroad. And for the most part, 70% of Haitians who leave, who left Haiti, left at a age where they never forget their people back home. And a lot of them come back home and they're the ones investing. They send cars back so that people can do traffic on the road. That's a decent business in Haiti. So that is how people are surviving in Haiti. They're surviving, and they're, for the most part, I see the unhappiness because I didn't think people still really live like this day and age. I thought I was coming home to flying cars, fancy stuff that I touch, and it took me to Canada. I had a whole different outlook, but I came here. People are living in like maybe the year I was born, if not before. So, but people are surviving and they're happy how they're surviving for the most part. Children, they don't have, but they don't focus on that. They're still happy kids. If they gotta play with a rock to pretend it's a ball, then they do it happily. And like it's the best thing to do in the world. And when you have a person like me in the room, of course, in the back of my mind, it breaks my heart. But our peoples are strong, resilient people. People that I've shared with some of my friends, they're like, well, you have poor people everywhere, but you cannot compare a poor man in the US with a poor man in Haiti. The thing is, if you gave a Haitian, the poorest Haitian, labile, dirty, looking crazy, hair matted up, bathing once a month, if you gave him your social security, baby, you that's sitting on welfare waiting on that social security check, I promise you, the day they entered the US, the social security office, welfare office probably would never see that number again. They would joyfully work for minimum wage and work their way up and become very successful. It's not that people in Haiti don't want to be successful, because they do. They just don't have the opportunity. It's not presented. There's no homeless shelters. There's no outlet. And that is one
No
of the
stimulus
reasons
check.
why. Hmm?
There ain't no stimulus check.
Sure ain't. No, I never heard of it. Not in Haiti. So
Right.
we don't get any of that. And for the most part, people are crying it's just $600. But let me send Haiti $600 a person and see what type of party this country be having.
Yeah. Right, right.
So people are surviving, my brother. I do believe a great change will come. It's not going to happen overnight, but our ancestors did not fight as hard as they fought for Haiti to stay the way that it is. I don't know what it's going to take. I'm not into politics because I believe politics just destroys stuff. but a change has to come. And whether I like it or not, as much as I don't like politics and I don't want to go that route, I'm just making a statement because I'm not for or against anybody. But because Haiti is a country which is ran so much by politics, I believe the change will have to come from that ring. At some point, we're going to need people who really, really love and care about the people. And not only the people, but to see the country modernized, to make roads, stuff like that, to continue to build the country.
Okay. All right. Did that link work? Somebody said that was the wrong link. Let me make sure I got the right link. Anyhow, I see you did something in September. It looked like you was giving out clothes and stuff like that.
Yes, I've done several clothes drives. What happens is a lot of my viewers, they send me clothes and shoes, softly used stuff, boxes, and that is what I do. I go right back in and go into the community where children don't have, and I pass it out. I give it to them as I see fit.
Right. Okay. So is it hard? I mean, is it really expensive to ship stuff down there or what? Haiti? Would you say?
Normally, yes. Like a normal one of my friends say, Maria, I'm shipping you something. Then she go to UPS, and what she don't know she did was drop the bill at my door. Because when you go through UPS, okay, fact is these countries to me are part of the reasons why Haiti's in the state it's in. Not only do you pay maybe 100 or 2 to ship it to me, I definitely will pay another 200 to get it out of custom. There's
Oh,
no clear law on what the taxes is. Tax on a dollar was 8.8%, whatever. You can't go in a store and a person tell you that it's 10. It can't change from Haiti's not like that. So it goes from if my shoes is too shiny, my shirt too clean when I walk in, whatever was $2 went from 2 to 15. Okay.
so let
So
me get this straight. If let's just say I shipped you a box of clothes and I paid for the shipping already, you have to pay again to pick it up.
yes, based on what type of company it comes through. Now, I have a lot of people that
Oh,
knows people who now there's a different way, but it's based on the state you in and if that state have a strong Haitian community. Because if you in Miami, if you in New York, if you in Texas, like my parents, Pennsylvania, places like that, then you have it where they do like continents where they do like these big trucks and they go around the community and everybody do a big box and they that person will be the one to go through custom, and when he get to Haiti, I would just be either getting it delivered or picking it up without that headache. So you just pay that one flat fee, but that depends on the state that you're in, or else if it comes through, hey, no, 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 my dog, no, 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 come here, no, no, come here, baby, come here, bad dog.
let us see the dog.
No, get out, get out. Hold on a second. You want to see him?
Yeah. Let's see what it look like.
Hold
He famous.
on.
I never seen him. I just heard him barking a lot.
Hold on. Let me go get him. Come here. Let me go get him. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
you don't whoop his butt. Now you telling him to come here. He like, man, shoot. Oh yeah, she done. Oh, you back?
Here I am. Come here.
Tell them to get on camera. Roll the tape, want to see you, boy.
Come here, come here,
Tape,
come
want
here,
to see
baby.
you, boy.
Come here, Hopi. Come here, baby. There are so ow, ow.
Oh,
They're
Lord.
so they're so big now. Hold on.
Oh, you got a pit bull.
Yes,
Maria ain't
two of
playing right
them.
now. You ain't playing no game, Maria. I had a dream
No,
last
no, no.
night I got
I
bit
need to
by a
be
pit bull.
protected. Well, Hopi, come here, Hopi.
Well, you got the pits around there, Maria. You ain't playing no games.
Come here, Hopi. Say hi. Yes. Yes. They are something else. They ain't got so big. Those are my babies. I just
Right.
had to put them out because they come in here and they just steal my little stuff real quick and take off. Okay, okay, y'all gotta go. Please, no, no, no. Okay.
That's
So
some
you
big
see what
dogs
I
getting you.
deal with.
Hey,
They're my life. They're my babies. I love animals. I really do. So I they're they're close to my heart. In Haiti, having animals treated as something, special. And the thing is, they're my protector too. So, but a lot of people they don't treat their pets that way. Pets are mistreated in Haiti a lot.
right. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I had a dream last night. A pit bull had bit me on the arm, man.
I'm gonna
Hey,
turn off the camera so that it don't our connection doesn't cut off. Oh, you
right.
had a dream that a pit bit you?
And then I
Well,
ripped
it
his
won't be
jaw.
Hope and Nook. It won't be Hope and Nook.
Right. I had ripped his jaw open, and then another one came, and I was like, "All right, man, it's time to wake up." But yeah,
Mhm.
I appreciate you coming on. Anything else you want to share with us before you know, when you get
I
out of here?
appreciate you having me. I want to apologize for the interview on the last marathon on the marathon, and I also want to apologize for my tardiness today. But other than that, I am thankful for the invite. I'm thankful for the support of Life in Haiti channel, and I just thank you all listening to my story. I'm always saying thank you. So some people might be like, Marie, we're tired of it. We get it now, but I could never cease to say thank you so very much. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to spend this hour with us.
Right. And I appreciate you. I love your story, man. And I wish you well. And like I said, I'm gonna shoot you a
Thank
donation
you.
after this is done. And I'm gonna continue to watch your videos and support your channel.
Thank you.
All right, you
Thank
have
you.
a good day.
I will be. I'll probably be bringing you over to Life in Haiti too one
All
day
right.
and
Hopefully, I'll come
introduce
to
you
Haiti
to
one
my
day.
audience.
Hopefully, I'll make it over there to Haiti one day.
Okay. And
So you know that
yes, and
that's a
we'll
common
get to
thing.
meet then.
A lot of brothers they're afraid to go to Haiti. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid.
Yes, yes.
Why you think they so
You just
afraid?
have to be very, very careful. Very. I mean, the fact is, you can't. I like to be a realist. I know some of my YouTubers they would stand in contrary of what I'm saying, but the fact is, Haiti is a dangerous place, my brother. Is a place where if my child came to Haiti, she was abducted It is not even a place I can call the police and make a report and know that someone is going to passionately seek for my child and give me an answer. That's the problem in Haiti. It's not the crime because crimes happen everywhere you are. In America, daily, one of my favorite things to watch, First 48. Crimes are happening every day. But one of my favorite reasons for watching it is they work hard to solve it. We're
Right.
not having crime solved in Haiti. If a crime happens, my brother, broad daylight, middle of the street, it just happened. Everybody turns their heads. Nobody's helping you. Nobody can give you an answer as to what happened or so I think that's where the fear lies in most people. No one wants to come on vacation and risk first getting your money took when you know you've worked hard and saved to come on vacation with. Most of all, you don't want some thug not only taking your money, but because they can and would not face justice to take your life.
Right. Here in America, we had all them little riots and stuff, and people keep saying, defund the police, defund the police. But you saying shit, you wish you had some.
I'm gonna tell you something. Today, I miss the police. I had an incident take place, my brother, and it's crazy for me to say that, right? But I had an incident take place around here, and the police were called. My brother, Kuz, have the police showed up? Cousin, Cardo, he's not here. From when we called the police, how long that's been? It's been 2 weeks. And the police is walking distance.
Really? Damn.
No system to hold them accountable, nowhere to grieve. So imagine if you had a real emergency, what would happen?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, us as Americans, man, we just don't realize how good we really have. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's the small stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. A lot of people in first world countries, don't realize how blessed they are, um, you know, to have the protection, the security, the government that governs the people, Now, it's not perfect. I know this. I'm not saying it's perfect,
Right.
but whether perfect or imperfect, there are certain rights they cannot take away from the people. Crimes happen, they can't control it, but you're not going to call the police in Houston, Texas, and tell me the 911 call was made and 2 weeks later, not a soul showed up at your door.
Yeah. Just depends on what it is too, though. Cause I I had a car stolen before. Them jokers ain't show up. They said, man, we're gonna just do it over the phone. I said, damn, you catch them folks over the phone? But it's all good though. But I appreciate having you on. I'm sure maybe you could be on another day, in the future or whatever.
Thank
And
you.
I'll continue to watch your channel and support your
Thank you for
cause.
having me on, and thank you. Thank you. And thank you for check me out live tonight. I have a special guest, and he is, I'm not going to tell his story, but very intelligent man. And he'll be able to pretty much share so much more about Haiti than I can. And he is one that you read between the lines, that's in my situation, walked my shoe, and is very successful in Haiti. Very successful. And
All right, but
not only
hopefully,
is he successful for himself, but using it. Hmm?
So well, hopefully he'll help you up that success ladder. You know what I mean? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, you breaking up. You breaking up. The internet's acting up.
Okay, then we'll. I say hopefully he'll help you up that success ladder.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm praying so too. He's in a different part of Haiti than I am, but a lot of times when I meet someone, I don't look for you want them to guide you, but everything will happen in God's time. I don't just,
That's true.
meet, you know,
Right.
you don't just want to meet the person just for those benefits. You want to build a friendship, and eventually, I'm the type, if I know I can help you in a way and you are a good person and deserving of it, I'm going to offer it anyways. And if he feels that I am deserving of it, he would help me too.
Right. All right, then, Miss Maria.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Well, God bless you, my brother, and everyone else in the live. Thank you all so much for watching.